Welcome back to the Titanium Hanger. This is Mike, coming at you with the Super 7 Ultimate's newest wave of Thundercats with Lion-O, King Lion-O, and Redeye. Redeye is a prototype figure from the LJ line that was never made, so Super 7 made it in their Ultimates line. It does look a little bit different than the prototype. But I'm going to say this. These are both pretty cool figures overall. I wish they would have done the Dark Magician, but he was pushed back to another wave. Hey, let's go ahead and make it right. Hey, that's good. Let's make it right instead of put it out rushed out. But I did get both of these at Gundam.com, which is a subsidiary of Shozy Store. Remember, TH in the sports review if you help the channel out. But let's get and take a look at these guys here. I'll have a link down below where you could get them if they're not sold out. But yeah, I like them. They're good. They're solid. I want to see more characters come out and the Lunatics. It's fun. Let's look at these guys coming up. All right, here they are in the package. Oh, and they've got the plastic on them still. Remember, there's no sleeves anymore, but you can see the glow-in-the-dark sword, the shield, two heads, got a smiling and a standard head, and all the other fun stuff that's in here. But yeah, there we go. King Lion-O, and then Redeye, which is the prototype-only figure from back in the LJ inline, but made in Ultimate style. Pretty big dude. I don't know how big the vintage one would have been, but obviously this one's gonna be a little bit bigger. What's it say on the back here? We can read all of the good stuff. All right, so here's King Lion-O out of his package, and he does look pretty good. He looks pretty good. I will say this about him. Okay, so first of all, this cape, is it removable? I wonder if it's removable. Because I'm thinking really the only difference between this, of course he's pinless, but it's just you have a cape and you have the different head and the different belt. So I guess they did enough different to warrant another figure. But yeah, this is like the 9th Lion-O they made, I think. The cape is wired so that you can get swooping kind of look to it and all of that. Same old type of articulation. Kind of yeah, he feels okay. He feels all right. Let's get a movement there. But yeah, so he's all pinless, which is a whole different process. And the body is different than we've seen in the past. So I guess maybe a decent upgrade. The coloration on him, he's a little light, in my opinion, but not as light as the very first deluxe version. So what we see is we get this sort of omens, the tiny sort of omens. We get the large one that is supposedly glow in the dark. I guess we might check that later. And then comes with two holding hands, which is what I prefer, so I'm not going to be changing any of that out. And then let's slide this into here. It'd be nice to use that as extra support. I always like these little extra canes and sticks for some more support. He's got the claw shield here, which looks like it's going to be a hand swap in this. So I like the claw shields that the hand can just go over it. I am terrified. Well, that one came out nice. But that does look good. That does look really good as claw shields go. And I like that shininess to it too. Can the claw shield hold this? You're not really supposed to, but I mean, yes, it can. There we go. Yeah, that looks nice. I think that's how I'll display him. I think that's how he's going to be displayed in my display. Now, I will show you the other accessories he's come with. So there's not a whole lot. You're not really reinventing the wheel here, but he's got two more like claw opening hands, just raw, and then he's got a kind of a smiling face. I've not had a lot of success with swapping heads on Super 7. I love Super 7. I love the looks of their figures, but I've swapped heads to where once I popped the new one on, it's been loose ever since, and there's a couple people who've broken the pegs in the past, and I don't know. I don't know. But with this, that looks great. I'm happy with that. That's what I need. I'll probably display them just like that. Probably get some special cape swishing going on there. Next up, we got Redeye. Now, Redeye is a little bit different here because he actually has a light up head gimmick, light up eyes. Yeah, it shows pretty well on here. It looks kind of orange, okay, yellowish on the camera. But they are, if you turn to the side there, you can see they are showing up more orange. And they're red when they're off. But, and somehow you're supposed to be able to swap these. I gave it a little tug, but it's probably more force than I'm willing to do, so I'm not going to swap those. But you can, what happens is there's the whole lighting mechanism that's in here, and there's the on and off switch. There it goes. And then I guess you're supposed to pull this out somehow. I don't see it, how it's done. I gave it a tug, but I'm not going to do any more force. I got it working. I figure if I mess with it too much, I'll break it. So I'm just going to stick with his head on there. And there's his yelling head. This one might be even cooler, but what if his mouth lights up too? I'll never know, because I don't want to pull it so hard I break it. He does originally come with 2 fists, which I don't need on him. I prefer something to hold something. Now, in this hand, I could not get this scepter, or whatever you want to call this thing, in his hand. Over here, which I think that's where it should go. So it's just kind of loosely hanging off in this slightly opened hand. It's like a huge hand, but man, it does not want to hold that scepter. You might have to heat it up. You could probably heat it up and uncurl those fingers a bit. But he does have kind of a crescent moon on each of his wrists. He has this thing here, which I don't really know what the point of it is. I guess they made this so that you can have some sort of a dial. And there was probably a feature on the original vintage one that included this, because that's how LJN always had some sort of toy feature. His arms are huge. Tough to move all that, but yeah, there we go. And then let's see what else he's got going on here. These straps are, it feels like a separate piece, but maybe it is just painted on. It's molded in and painted on. Rubber underwear. Feet. Crazy looking feet. Still a great looking figure. Awesome that we got this character after all these years. Even if you're a vintage collector, I suggest go ahead and pick him up. Put him with your vintage collection of toys. Because, yeah, there's really no other way to get this guy. Other than like the one prototype that exists that's probably worth like $30,000 or $50,000. Alright, so here's some comparisons. I guess we'll just get him out of the way for a second, because I got some special stuff to compare him to. So here's a standard Lion-O on the original pinned buck. And then here's the new buck that they're using with the deluxe figures. And as you can see, this one here I like the most so far out of all of them. I mean, this one does look bigger and beefier. I don't view Lion-O having as much muscular features as He-Man, but I think, you know, back in the Matty Collector era, they just took He-Man and made him into Lion-O, and I don't think Lion-O has that much muscle. I think this is more, like, he's more slender and more fast, and he's still got muscles, but not quite like Conan. So that's how they look. Let's go ahead and get like a side view so you can see what I'm talking about with the musculature and all that stuff. And there we go. So just getting repaints and stuff for 65 bucks is probably not the most fun in the world. But at the same time, this one actually, I like the bright blue on the lower, on the shoes down there. That's really nice. So there's quite a bit. And with this cape on, I guess you're not going to see much from the back. But the heads are interesting. This really, in my opinion, though, could have been just easily a weapons pack kind of thing. And that would have made me probably even happier to do it that way. Most recently, we got a Cruncher figure, which is cool. A lot of fun. There they are side by side. And Cruncher's still bigger. As big as Redeye is and appears to be, Cruncher still takes the cake in bigness. And yeah, that's how it is. But I'm going to pull out one more to show everyone. Still in the bag. So I don't know how easy it's going to be to see, or if it's even worth my time doing this. But there's Amok. Still in the package, of course. That's how big Amok is. Amok's still even bigger than Cruncher because he's stumped over. So you put these all like on their fours, they're not going to touch the size of Amok. But yeah, I haven't opened this yet. I don't have a specific place to put her yet. So both of these. So I could probably fit her on the shelf easy. But I just haven't opened her yet. And there we go. Next to Cruncher. Alright, this is my look at the Super 7 Ultimates King Lion-O and Cruncher Wave. Now we did not get the... Oh, I forgot the Dark Magician. The Dark Magician. That would have been the coolest of the wave, probably. I think Redeye is a huge, necessary addition to any Thundercats collection. Whether or not you collect Super 7, whether you hate Super 7 or not, this figure, you must get it because there's no one else that's going to make it. Unless somebody makes a custom of the original one. But, I mean, there probably are customs of the original one. Those would probably be more than the $65 to $72 that this thing's going for. But, will it go on sale down the road? I'm banking on hoping for a sale down the road because I want to get a sealed one. And so with that, I mean, you're playing dangerous games there when you do that, because most of the time when stuff's on sale, it's a Dent and Ding special, so your box isn't going to look as good. But anyway, I'm very happy with these. I was at first feeling like I was completely wasting my time getting a King Lion-O, but the figure looks amazing. So yeah, it's a pretty cool looking figure. And I love all the details and stuff on it. And then the light up gimmick on here, which I forgot all about until I opened it up and tried to swap the head. I don't want to try to swap the head, but I saw the transparent eyes. They're great. Very pricey for what you're getting, but there's no other way to get this figure, or technically that figure. And we didn't try to glow in the dark yet. I can see the sword. Redeye can see the sword. You can't see the sword. Let me know what you guys think about these. Like and subscribe. I got a link down below where you can get these at Gundamit.com. I think they're sold out, sadly. Teddy, I'm hanging around.